views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
And good morning, everybody, and welcome to Open, the one and only show that opens up the Bronx and the world to you. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and we got a great show lined up for you today. Coming up on today's show, we'll learn about an organization working to heal Haiti through health, education. Plus, we'll preview a series of events with the goal to bring hope, healing, and spread diversity. And after that, we'll learn about a sickle cell disease and hear more about the people who are putting it all together. It's wonderful work that they do in the community to end it all. We'll tell you about that, and then we'll take a look at a walk using silence to raise awareness for people who are silenced. We'll explain. And then later on, we'll find out how one woman is using art to inspire running, health, fitness, and active lifestyle. So stay tuned. All this and more is headed your way because we are now open. Hello and welcome. I'm your host, the Diggity Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and you're watching Open, the only live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. We want to encourage you to stay connected to us. You can join us at BronxNet TV and follow us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. Now, leading off today's show on October the 22nd, Health Haiti, they're going to be holding their second annual Humanitarians Saving Lives Haiti event. They've been out there doing it for a long time. They're here too to join us today with the details, and we have the founder, Greta. See? I already have it right here.
Yes.
Yes. Greta's in the house, and Tamika, Andre, and Margaret Danielle. We welcome you guys. And where's you're the donor liaison. Right?
Actually, this is Margaret. She's the donor liaison.
Margaret, you're the donor liaison.
Yes.
The link between everything.
Between everything.
Explain.
As you said, I am the liaison, the donor liaison for Heal Haiti. I work closely with our donors, our sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
We just did something with Macy's Shop for a Cause, which had a big turnout. Mm-hmm. And also, we have AmeriCare. We partner with AmeriCare. Yeah. Some of our local businessmen and women. Dr. Alert. We partner with Dr. Alert. Mm-hmm. We have Dr. Dupiton. Mm-hmm. She's a very great help with Heal Haiti. Mm-hmm. And with quite a few people. And I would enlist you as one of our donor.
She likes to go in.
Yes, why not?
Yeah.
You should join the cause.
All right, Ms. Fiev, you didn't just start this. You've been doing this for a while. Tell us about it.
Oh my goodness! Before I start, I must say thank you to Boss Network to give, on behalf of Heal Haiti, to giving us the opportunity to really feature a second upcoming gala, and which is the key component of resource, the gala on a yearly basis. Who are we? Health Education Action League for Haiti, which is Heal Haiti. Founded, as you know, after the earthquake, something got to be done. All Haitians had the vibe to do something about the country. I went to the earthquake and identified there's a need that I must step in as educators, as being a nurse for over Bobbio and Bonnier. Should I say it on the since 1973?
Okay.
Oh my God. And
that's around the time they started Moment Creole.
Yes, exactly. So I became, right now, presently working as educator at Pace University in nursing. So, of course, this knowledge must spread to my homeland. I must do something. So I came and I shared the ideas with a group of people, like volunteers. So this is roughly the background of Heal Haiti. So therefore, We came about right after the earthquake, and we became a non-profit 501c3. And we have been working diligently. The core is health education. We've been going back and forth to Haiti, and there's a specific spot called Saint-Marc. Is a part of.
Where's that next to? Is it next to, not to Port-au-Prince? Where is it
We're
next to?
about 1 hour, but we cover mostly the underserved area where the needs are more dying than within the urban.
Yeah.
However, we go on a yearly basis. Now, of course, we are looking for funds. We are looking for partners. So far, we have been blessed to reach where we at.
Yeah.
And it is a team effort. So this is why I can tell you. So you can see Tamika as the media director has been working diligently to bring the awareness of what we've been doing, and that's what we hear.
I belong
today.
to the Save a Life Rescue mission, and headed by Rocky Robinson out there in Brooklyn. They go out there and they help with all the medical supplies and all that stuff.
Wow.
But tell us about the wonderful things that you're doing, Dimples.
So, I mean, you know, it's great for me, it's awesome to be a part of an organization like Heal Haiti. I was born here. I grew up here in the States, but I hadn't really had a chance to go back in a really long time. And then after the earthquake, it was just awesome that there was something that I could do
First
to
time
help.
back.
It was my first time back as an adult. Yeah, and it was just amazing to be there. And then to know also that my time there was spent, you know, I'm not a nurse. I'm not in nursing in any way, shape, or form, but I'm a videographer. I shoot,
You
I
document
edit. So I
everything.
document, and I get
Yes.
to give my service in that way. And so it's awesome because the organization is really all volunteer. Everybody comes from all walks of life. We have former educators, we have people who are executives who come in, and they just jump in wherever they can to do. I mean, it's a health fair that we do every year. We have our annual health fair in St. Marc, Haiti, and it's a huge effort. We have volunteers that come from the United States and all over in the U.S. to Haiti. We partner with the nursing students there. We hold education seminars, and then we provide care to the staff.
So when we go, how's that going to look?
It looks pretty good, I'm telling you.
You're gonna want to go back again.
There is
That's
some
for
time
sure.
by the beach, but I mean, you know, we try to. It's just an awesome thing for us to be able to go back to someplace where we're from, to communicate, to commune with our people.
It's a wonderful feeling.
It's
Sometimes
just
it
a
brings
wonderful
tears to your
feeling.
eyes,
It
right?
really, actually, when I first got there, I broke into tears because
I'm
it had
home.
been that long
Yeah.
since I'd been there. So, and then to see the faces also of the people that we help.
How did the people respond out there?
So we've been going now for 4
For
years.
4
This is gonna
years.
be our
Right.
coming
Fifth
up on
year.
our 5th year,
Yeah.
and we now have repeat attendees. So there are patients that, you know, when we first saw them, their babies were like just born, newborns, or maybe
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a year old, and then to see them now and they're like a year, 2 years, where they remember you. There are some, you know, some kids that, yeah, like they've gotten real care, and they come up to you and they're just like, hi, and they want to give you
Yeah.
a hug because they just remember you last year.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
So
one of our
learn a lot
volunteers
from the
speaks
healthy
to that.
eating, healthy living.
We do a lot of
We do
education.
a lot of education, and when you go on the website, you see our mission is to educate the youth, because we identified that the youth of Haiti is the untapped population that can
Yes.
provide care to their communities. And this is why the core of our mission is education. While we're doing the health fair, while we're doing we call it Clinic Mobile, we enhance the knowledge of local nurses, local nursing students through our seminars to prepare them to participate in that health fair. So we recruit doctors on board, local doctors, and this way they can communicate better. They can provide Haiti-centered care to their communities.
I like
So the core is health education with the nurses over there.
Are you ready?
I was
Yes.
I was just about to say, just like Amika, I'm not a nurse, but I did major in accounting, so my job is to look for sponsors and donors.
Yeah.
So if you would be kind enough to put our website so people can donate, you know.
Bring it, bring it, bring it.
Yes,
Bring
the
it.
website.
So-
Yes.
Sec passe.
Sad to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a camera right here. I want
Yeah.
you to reach out to anybody that you want to reach out to. You ready?
Sure.
You got 30 seconds.
So the event is actually on October 22nd at Terrace on the Park in Flushing Meadow Park in Queens. The website is www.heal-haiti.org. For more information, you can always email us at info@heal-haiti.org. And we are, we're looking forward to having more people come to our events. We're looking to having more people sponsor our events, and you're welcome to donate and just participate.
And I'm sending a special invitation to you. Hopefully you'll be able to make it on October 22nd. Bring your crew, bring your radio station. More than happy to have them.
Can we bring the TV station?
Yes,
why
the
not?
BronxNet
You guys are
will
all
be there.
welcome.
Got the whole station.
Come and support us because we are in dire need of support.
What kind of support do you need?
Finances.
Finances is most,
Tell it.
and time.
Yeah.
There's something, time is important. Whenever you give the time with your expertise, and
Yeah.
Okay.
Currently, we do have a need for, yes, finances always, but definitely volunteers and time. That is always a factor. I mean, we are a volunteer-based organization, so everybody works and has things that they have to do, but we come together in a committee format and we just work together to knock things out. So
Where can they, what website or what number can they go to?
Again, the website is www.heal-haiti.org, and you can also send us an email at info@heal-haiti.org.
There you go. Give them a big round of applause, everybody. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
All right.
thank you.
You got to go
for-
get the food. You
Yes,
got
yes.
Yeah, the food's gonna be off the hook.
food, everything. All right. We got to, speaking of time, we got to take a quick break right here, but we'll be right back with more Open next.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
I'm only 17, but I know about investing. Believe in something, buy shares in it, watch it grow. So, what if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. I could be one of the first college graduates from my family, the first philanthropist from my neighborhood. And if I'm the first, then maybe there's a second and a third. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
Welcome back. Hey, on September the 24th, a new hope for the World Ministries. They're going to be holding their 9th Reach Week celebration. And joining us to share more, we have the pastor that pastors in the house, and he's all over the place. He rolls up his sleeves like this, gets on stage, he ministers, and the team just, they go all off. You're going to hear them. I might get you. Wait, we have another stage set up over here?
Nah.
Pastor Terrence Kennedy is in the house. Give him a big round of applause, everybody.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed. Now, you have a big event coming up, Reach Week.
Reach
What's
Week
it
in
all
New York
about?
City. Reach Week is really the culmination, is our signature event. The church, we do outreach all year long, addressing a lot of the pandemics that disproportionately, especially affect Black and Latino people, whether that be HIV and AIDS. Our church is kind of really unique in Harlem because we're an actual state certified HIV testing site. and the clergy are the testers. We also do a lot of work in getting people safe who are in domestic violence situations. We raise awareness around different types of cancers. A lot of, the black men are with prostate cancer and women with breast cancer. So it's a whole health outreach.
And they say guys don't want to really go get tested. They're too macho. We
Right.
don't want to go do this.
We don't, right. But we are on the front line. Our motto is sort of, if we can save your life, we can save your soul, right?
Yeah.
We're preachers first and foremost, but we also realize that we have to address the real issues, the physical issues that people are dealing with. So we feed throughout the community all year long. And so Reach Week becomes our signature and our biggest event. And I'm really excited because I've been telling everyone, come to the event, nothing's gonna happen to you because there's gonna be a doctor on the plaza that day. You're hosting for us on that day.
That's right. And I got the hands. No, you have the healing hands, sanctioned by the Lord, of course. It's going to be wonderful. How's that going to look on the plaza of the Harlem State Office
It's going to be
building?
crazy. We have a lot of singers. We have some of the greatest singers coming to us. We have some preachers coming to us. There's going to be doctors on the plaza. People can practically get a free physical. A lot of people, even with Obamacare, are still underserved, don't go to a doctor regularly. There's going to be a lot of doctors there who can help children, pediatricians, all types of screenings, a lot of vendors on the plaza. So it's going to be Holy Ghost Health Fair.
And then the good thing about this is that, when you go to the doctor, I mean, you should go to the doctor even if you have to wait. Sometimes I go to a doctor and I have to sit out there for a couple of hours. Right. Well, at least an hour because he's tending to somebody else. He wants to comb through whatever you have. So, but this you get no line, no wait. There's screenings all over the place. Go find out what it is.
And another thing that's
you.
very good about this, Doc, is that sometimes people don't want to go to the doctor because they share health plans with their family and they may be afraid to deal with something they're not ready for other people to reveal. I mean, to reveal to others, rather. This way, they get to talk to someone that's separate from their health plan, no track record of it, and really get information that's going to get them help and get them cured.
Sure. Now, there's HIV testing out there.
There's HIV testing, there's Hep C testing that's going to be out there. There's all kinds of hygiene kits we're giving out and safer sex kits that we're giving out. High blood pressure screenings. Mount Sinai.
You can check the amount of cholesterol in your arteries and all that.
Yes.
With carotid or whatever they call that, the testing.
Right. The doctors are going to be on point. We have a lot of things for children out there that day as well. And then the singing is going to be off the chain.
The entertainment.
We're
going to take care of your mind, body, and soul.
And so it's crazy. And then the next day I'm in concert on the 25th with Pastor Beverly Crawford. Oh God, she's coming from Florida and she's going to just blow us completely
Is that going to be
away.
at the same location?
No, that's going to be in Harlem as well, at the Pilgrim Cathedral of Harlem, which is located at 15 West 126th Street. And if you call us 646-820-0117, we'll get you all the information of how to get there. And if you come to the plaza, I don't know, you just may win a free ticket because we do a lot of giveaways.
Yeah. So we'll have that big stage out there.
We have the big stage.
Nice sound system.
Nice sound system.
And we're going to be praising the Lord.
We're going to be praising the Lord, and the doctor's going to be in the house.
We're going to be in the house. We're going to take care of business. People are going to be traveling from all over, right?
Japan, Germany, Korea, a lot of local people, and we put together a whole international mass choir.
Yeah, you've been doing this for a while, the mass choir. Tell us about the international mass choir.
The international mass choir, I have been involved in international ministry almost 20 years now. Longer than I've been pastoring. I'm almost more comfortable doing that than I am pastoring, right? And it's really blossomed. 3 years ago, I started a church in Japan. I have a church in Osaka, so I travel back and forth a lot. Actually, I have two. One I started, and another one came under the ministry.
When are we going back to Japan?
I don't know. Let's do this. I don't know. You're doing weddings and things, so I don't even know whether you...
I just did my daughter's wedding Friday. Okay, I'm still trying to recuperate from that.
You're trying to recoup, right?
From everything.
So I've started a Japanese choir, and currently there's a documentary of me airing in Korea of my work in international ministries with the Korean community. So I'm really happy that Reach Week culminates all that. I get to promote. I released a CD last year, and we're doing music from the CD, and on that CD is a great project.
Sure.
Vicky Winans, Melanie Daniels Walker's on there. So a lot of good folk, and I'm really glad that Reach Week serves as that springboard. And also, what I want to say I love about Reach Week, because it's not just my church, a lot of the community pastors come together to make it happen.
So there's going to be many different pastors and many different congregations, and I think that's important too, because
Absolutely.
sometimes, you know, this pastor will say, all right, this is what we're doing. I think the pastors should get together with their congregations and just go out into the community and save lives. And a lot of
Right,
a lot of
right.
pastors are doing it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But the
And
more the better.
It shows a unity. It
Yeah.
shows a camaraderie, you know, a camaraderie between us, and I think that's important. So we have a lot of the churches in the community that come together, roll up their sleeves, and no one's a pastor today. We all just workers.
Yeah.
You know, if a table needs to be moved, if a chair needs to be moved, we make it happen.
Yeah. And there's a lot of evil out there, so if we got together and blanket that evil with the good.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is our 9th one, and so we've been doing it. This particular celebration, we've been working for years, but Reach Week was formed. And you know, I like the term Reach Week. I really believe that God gave it to me, because you know, when you reach for something, it implies that sometimes you have to move beyond your comfort zone.
Yes.
You have to get up.
Yes.
And I think that's what the call is, for us to go beyond what we're comfortable with and get up and do something more than what we've been doing.
Well, Pastor, I'm going to give you a camera right here. I want you to reach.
God.
Reach out to our volunteers, reach out to the people that you want to come down.
Please, Reach Week, there's something for everyone. In front of the State Office building on Saturday, September the 24th. I'll be there with this good-looking guy right here. The doctor will be in the house. But really, there's something for everyone. I'm serious. You can bring grandma to the grandchildren, and there's going to be something for everyone that's going to be there. It's free. It's open to the public. No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, we welcome you, and you're going to be embraced there. There's a lot of health outreach. There's a lot of information, a lot of resources to take back to better your community. If you want to volunteer, call us, 646-820-0117 or TLaCree2, the number 2 at gmail.com, and we will hit you back with information. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and all the other good stuff.
You want to pray us out or
Absolutely.
or sing us out?
Ah, you tricked me on that one. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving.
Keep it going, keep it going.
I'll be a living.
We got to take a quick break right here. Keep it going,
sanctuary.
But when we return, we'll learn more about sickle cell disease and programs educating, raising awareness.
So Lord,
stay tuned as we pray and sing.
To be a sanctuary, pure and holy.
You got to learn your body, pace yourself, and have fun. So let's go have fun. Let's go do it.
The tricky thing about shoulders, your shoulders is a 3-tier muscle. You have your front delt, you have your rear delt, and you have your mid delt. So when you're working out your shoulders properly, you have to do 3 different exercises.
It's wonderful being able to compete with a lot of these young guys from all over the world. It's important to stay in shape.
It's not always easy being a dad.
Do you have panda asthma too? Does that run in the family? This is the home of the most priceless kung fu artifacts.
But when you make an effort,
Dad, we're not supposed to touch anything. Oh, sorry. Go along, son.
it's always worth it.
Whoa, faster!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I am gonna
gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
And I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. My love, my love, my love, she keeps me warm. 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 She keeps me warm.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
And welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee, and our next guests, well, they join us to educate us on sickle cell disease. You know, it's out there. We've been talking about it for a long time. Their work is to raise education and awareness. We welcome Bruce Blount, Donette Carroll, Candace Delaire, and Dr. Cassandra Dobson. We welcome you guys to the show.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you.
To the crew that's sitting high and low. Good morning.
Good morning.
So tell us about some of the work you guys are doing in our community. Who wants to start? Choose.
Okay.
Doc?
No.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Okay. No, one of the things we are working on is the Sickle Cell Treatment Act bill. It's an amended bill, State Assembly Bill 8339 and Senate Bill 3256. And the reason for this is that in spite of the fact that New York State, next to Florida, has the highest population of individuals living with sickle cell, we get the least amount of money. 25 years ago, I think we got $10 million.
Yeah.
Now we only have $250,000 for the entire state of New York.
All right, so what do you want the elected officials to do? This is a bill that's
to support
going
the bill.
Yes.
To support the bill, the amended bill, because in the amended bill we are asking for $3 million, which is quite small in comparison, but it's much better than $250,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and when you think of the fact that sickle cell disease costs New York State Medicaid a lot of money, $15,000 per patient per year. It's the highest rate, for Medicaid. And if the state would give us 3%, if they would help us, they could save money. They could save.
Yeah, under current conditions, how's the treatment under these current conditions and this budget?
Cassandra could speak to that.
Well, the treatments still continue to be a deficit for sickle cell patients, and physicians really are not apt to care for patients with sickle cell disease. They only see it as a pain disease, not as a holistic disease.
They treat it as a pain disease.
Right. So you come in and you might have a high temperature, infection, other things going on, and that's not their concern. Their concern is to treat you with the pain medication, to alleviate the pain without looking to see what's causing the pain. And so and there was just a report that just came out where they did a survey on physicians to see what is their perception about taking care of our patients, and their perception was very poor, that they really don't want to take care of sickle cell patients because they just see them as a pain person rather than a holistic person.
Wow.
Yeah.
What part?
This month is Sickle Cell Disease Awareness Month, and so a lot of programs are going on, and what we're trying to do is educate people about the illness. People are suffering from a lot of organ damage and pain crises, ulcers, acute chest syndrome, and it's not really clear as to how this all comes about. People always ask, how do you get sick, or how do you prevent getting sick? But it's an unpredictable disease.
Yes.
So there's nothing in particular that would necessarily cause a pain crisis. It can come on through stress. It can come on through being cold, too hot. And so we're trying to educate people with sickle cell and also family. So it's really important to try to connect with our community so that we can be heard and understood.
And of course, you work with a lot of people who are dealing with sickle cell. Bruce, are you a sickle cell?
Because Sickle Cell Awareness Month is so important, right? A lot of young people don't know they have the trait, right? Even though teen pregnancy is down, sometimes teenagers do have children, and then they're with somebody who does have trait. So then you have a child who's born with sickle cell disease. It's 1 out of 3 now. It used to be 1 out of 5. So being tested is much important, and you can get it tested now. It's not really taking blood. You can do it with a swab.
So, but you can have the trait and not have sickle cell.
Yes, you can have the trait, not have sickle cell, but sometimes people have complications from having trait. Not as much, but the disease, it's more effective.
And you're living with it?
Yes, I'm
How do you
living
deal
with
with that?
Every day, as best as I can. Try to eat right, try to stay hydrated, and it's advocating for yourself. You know, as you grow older, you have to understand your illness and then let the doctor understand it for you.
Yeah.
So it's much of just trying to stay healthy. You know, I was diagnosed when I was 3 years old, and from that point in time, I had problems. Doctors told me I would pass before the age of 40. But I'm here now, 55 years old.
You're an old guy now.
I'm old. I'm old as a shoe.
He's an old man now. I didn't know you were that old. I know. But that's good. We give him another big round of applause. So you're doing some things. And people can call you because they can learn from some of the things that you've done to make it last.
We want people to call and inform themselves. You know, all the information will be, I think, at the end of the program. I have a nonprofit. Candace has a nonprofit. Donette has a nonprofit. So we're really here to try to help people.
I would like to disclose that I also have sickle cell disease.
Yes.
And raising awareness is my mission and my passion. And it's just very important to understand that it's fatal. And people don't understand that we are still dying from it. You know, we are living longer, but the sustainability is not there. You get us to age 40, oops, I'm not, no. But, and then—
No, you gave it away, you gave it away.
And then it's kind of like, you know, we run out of ideas on how to keep us alive. And so that's the reason why we need the funding, so that we can get the doctors to work on keeping us well and healthy.
Yeah. That's the major thing right now.
The major thing.
Yeah.
Right. So
Go ahead.
I just wanted to piggyback on Candace when she said that we never know what will cause the crisis. We do know. We know that it's stress. We know that it's exhaustion. We have like about 21 factors, but what the doctors need to do is take the time to see what psychosocial factors. You know, we have homeless patients that are sickle cell people. Once you it's Maslow hierarchy of need. Once you take care of their needs, you will see that they're in the hospital less, they're not coming to the hospital. So once we can figure it out, but doctors are not concerned about those issues, and we have to make them be aware that there's about 21 precipitating factors that might cause it: stress, psychosocial issues, heat, cold,
living in
infection,
New York City
living in New York City, taking the subway.
Yeah.
You know, any kind of those factors can cause a crisis.
And what's interesting is when I said sometimes you don't know, I can wake up and I'm fine, and then out of nowhere I will have pain in my knees, and I don't understand where it's coming from. I'm not having a stressful moment, but you know, sometimes your body just triggers something. And
Well,
so
let's take a step back. For people who don't know what sickle cell disease is, Doc, explain it to us.
Okay, Doc.
Doc, okay. It is an autorecessive gene that we get, like Bruce says, from having 2 traits. So if we have a male and a female that has the trait and they get pregnant, it might be 1 in 3 that the child will be born with sickle cell disease. We have many myths about how this came into play, one of them being that the mosquito phenomena, where we developed the sickle trait to prevent us from getting malaria. But the real genetics behind having sickle cell disease is a switch on the DNA structure causing a DNA amino acid to switch places with another. So number 6 on the chain of DNA switches with number 9, which is valine with glutamic acid. This is kind of medical.
All right, now let's break it down now. Let's break it down for people watching us right now.
Right,
yeah, what happens to the body? What happens to the?
Okay, so we believe that during the birth process, that when the forming of the DNA structure, which we all have, all the DNA has to be placed in a specific place. In our process with the sickle cell disease, and I can disclose that I have the disease as well, one of the DNA amino acids for some reason just switch places. We believe it's a molecular malfunction where it switches places on the DNA structure, causing the cells to sickle and causes causing stickiness to the cell, and
so
therefore
the blood flowing through the veins and the arteries become
sickled, depending on one factor,
and
decrease oxygenation to the cell. So there's an apoxia or decreased oxygenation that occurs that causes the cell to sickle. Then once they start to sickle, it becomes sticky and they clump together.
And then what happens to you? What happens to you
Pain.
guys?
Pain. Excruciating pain.
Excruciating pain.
Right. And inflammation is
inflammation.
Yeah.
Because the area becomes really hot, swollen, and that's a sign that there is inflammation in
and there's
that
a
area.
blockage at that point.
Usually, if we can't manage the pain at home, we go into the emergency room, and the process is
How often do you go to hospitals?
I'm in the emergency about 4 times a year, and I'm hospitalized about twice a year.
The same for you.
Yeah, so far this year I was hospitalized twice. I went Father's Day weekend and then one time in April. Because when you're basically what it is, when you try to deal with it at home, your medications can only do so much. So then after that you need maybe a blood transfusion, hopefully not, because the more blood transfusions that you have, then that messes up your iron intake in your body. And then you can also have problems.
And the
from
fluid is important.
Yeah,
so a lot of
IV
times they'll
fluids.
give intravenous fluid.
What advice would you give to people who maybe have sickle cell, but they really don't know how to deal with it properly?
Well, I believe to meet up with the community-based organizers, I think that's a wealth of knowledge there, and they will direct them into the best hospitals, the best doctors that take care of sickle cell patients. BronxNet's organization has been instrumental in getting patients to where they need to go and get the kind of services that they need. And we have many other, such as the Q-Scan in Queens.
Who are you directing that bill to? Are they working on it now?
Yes, it's in process. Well, actually, what we're doing now is getting signatures.
What's the
and
name of
there's
the
a
bill?
website. It's the New York State Sickle Cell Treatment Act. And the website that people could go on to send a letter to their assembly person or state senator is nysicklecelladvocacy.org.
Tomorrow's election day. For the Senate and the
For the
Assembly.
right. I didn't think of that.
So here's a camera. Reach out to them.
Okay, the website is nysicklecell, sicklecell, advocacy.org, and you just fill in your name, address, and your zip code is very important, because by your zip code, your state senator and assembly person will receive a letter from you.
And what's the information for your organization?
My organization is sicklecellinitiative.org, and at this particular time give scholarships for students who have sickle cell. Because what happens when you're a sickle cell patient and you go to school, sometimes you're out because you're in the hospital or you're sick, and what happens now, the government cuts your financial aid. So you need the assistance when you go into school. So our organization does that.
You have an organization also?
Sure, it's Candace's Sickle Cell Fund, Inc., and the website is Candace'sSickleCellFund.org. And pretty much we started off with scholarships, but we've been doing this for 15 years, and there's nothing that we won't try to help a person with.
And Doc?
I just go around talking about it.
That's
I
good.
also
Creating
teach,
the awareness.
right, I teach at Lehman College, and one of my goals is to develop a curriculum for nurses to
Sure.
to take care of patients with sickle cell disease.
Now, before we go, tell us about this walk.
Okay, the walk is September the 17th, which is this coming Saturday. It will be in Central Park at Center Row next to the band shell. The best way to enter the park is on 72nd and 5th Avenue. It will be a day of activities and just really coming together as a community.
That's the 18th, right?
The 17th, Saturday the 17th.
Okay,
right.
Just before the African American Day Parade.
Right,
Okay.
in Central Park. So we just want to invite everyone to come out and join us and have a fun-filled day.
All right, give them all a big round of applause, everybody. Sickle cell, what's the website again?
For the Sickle Cell Walk, it's sctpnwalk.net.
But the whole organization, you're going to sicklecellawareness.org or something like that?
Oh, the Sickle Cell, new
SickleCellFund.org.
Right, nysicklecell.advocacy.org. That's for the entire state of New York.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you guys so much for coming by.
Thank you for having us. Thank you so much.
Stay strong. And you're going to live to be 100.
Well, you know, I said that I'm going to be the first sickle cell patient to live to be 90.
Yeah, well, all right. No one's lived to 90 yet?
Well, I'm 63.
All right, well, God bless you guys, okay? Pastor, give him some praise here.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys so much. We've got to take a quick break right here, but coming up next, we're going to preview a series of walks with the goal to end domestic violence. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more next.
Hello, good people of the Bronx and beyond. Welcome to A Life in Art.
If you want to stay in the know about the latest happenings in Español, check out Diálogo Abierto, BronxNet's own Spanish show, Wednesdays, 6:30 p.m. on Channel 67. The latest in news, arts, culture, politics, and what's going on in your neighborhood. Diálogo Abierto, the best way to stay connected in Spanish. See you there. Te esperamos.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew she was special.
Welcome back, everybody. Our next guest is the founder of Women of Concern Professionals. She joins us to share more about their upcoming walks to stop the silence of domestic violence. Welcome Loretta Green Williams to the show.
Hi, how are you, dear?
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank
Sound
you
like
for
a
having
broadcaster,
me.
right?
Well, I do have a blog talk radio show, so
You
that's
do?
another story. Yes.
Tell us about it.
Well, it's
You
called
talk about
Sumatra.
what you
Yeah,
do?
well, it's called Sumatra Blog Talk Radio, and our tags is we help a sister out, so we talk about everything.
Help a sister out.
We help a sister out.
And now you're going to help a brother out
I'm
by
gonna help a brother
helping to
out.
create the awareness right here as to
Exactly,
what's happening with
exactly.
domestic violence.
Yeah, so our walk started in 2012,
Mhm.
and it's called Walking in Silence for the Silence, Domestic Violence Solidarity
Yes.
Walk. And the reason why we started number one is as coordinator, I lost my daughter to domestic violence April 20th, 2011.
Yes.
And that was an extremely traumatic situation that I went through, and I brought it to our organization. And what we did is we determined that this would be a part of our national initiative addressing domestic violence. And so the organization, Women of Concerned Professionals and Strategic Conscious Networking, what we do is we go into communities and we deal with the economic relationships within the community. And one of them is the aspects of domestic violence and how it affects communities. For example, 8,000 hours is taken from a business around the country because women have to be removed from work because of domestic violence. So there's an economic relationship that not only happens to a family, but happens to a community. And that's how the walk evolved. So the interesting thing about this walk is different from other walks is it's not a collective walk, it's a community walk. So the walks take place within the community.
Where's this walk, this particular walk?
There's a walk in Prospect Park in Brooklyn. There'll be a walk at the Marcus Garvey.
Same day? What day?
Same day, same time, November 5th. At 8 a.m. And the solidarity comes from the silence and that the walk is done at the same day, same time around the world.
Ah, gotcha.
And that's where the solidarity comes from. Now, the purpose for doing within a community, because domestic violence is different in every community. So therefore, we want you to develop the walk in your framework. Now, for instance, in Cincinnati, the walk, it's based around domestic violence in youth. And so they have it at a community center. And once they complete the walk, they have guest speakers come in and talk about domestic violence in youth. We have a major walk that started with us, and we're really excited, UCLA, at Drake Stadium. And what's happening this year is we're having some artists coming with them there.
Tell us, what defines domestic violence? Because sometimes people are in it, and they don't know that it's domestic violence.
Exactly. So domestic violence is anything that's coercive or physical. So removing or eliminating income from an individual, holding back income, that's a component of domestic violence because it stops their mobility, their inability
Who's
to
holding
act.
back that income?
Could be the domestic partner, it could be the husband, but someone that's removing you from an economic relationship. It could be psychological and verbal, the verbal abuse. That would affect someone. So it's not always the physical. But the difference from this is that we're looking at community domestic violence. If I cannot walk down my community and feel safe, and that's my domicity, there's a problem.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a lot of people who want to come out and say, hey, you know, I have a problem.
Exactly.
But, you know, there's that stigma, and there's maybe the husband or the wife doesn't want to leave because they're afraid. How do you get over that?
Well, this is the thing with the walk is a solidarity walk. You might know someone who's in it and can't come out of it, but you can let them know I'm walking for you. That might give them the encouragement to do something about it. Now, there's an 800 number that you can communicate with, but a lot of times with those 800 numbers, it'll give you information, or you have to be actively engaged in the domestic violence before you can remove yourself. But communities are there to help. And the thing with this is to try to galvanize enough knowledge that those that are in it understand what it is to come out of it.
So you come out and walk, and you may interact
meet
with
friends,
some people who are
exactly that are in it.
well,
I walk
dealing
when
with
I
the same
walk every
thing.
year. I have the picture of my daughter, and it's still as painful as it happened in 2001. I still feel that
Something
pain.
happened to your daughter that made you want to get
She was
involved in
killed.
this?
She was killed by her boyfriend.
Yes.
Shot in the heart. Okay, so I didn't want this burden, but it's my God-given burden, and I have to follow through. So I have a very dear friend and a person that's a part of WOCP who is a big executive with this major corporation. She told me how she was in domestic violence for 10 years with her husband.
Wow.
But because she was a CEO, she couldn't address that. She felt there was a space that she needed to be in as a wife.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people out there who cannot or will not cross that line and say, I'm going to do something about this, but they're being beaten, either physically or mentally.
Number one,
psychologically.
Exactly, psychologically. Number one, I would suggest that just try to let the person know that you're there for them. Sometimes you cannot intercede or intervene.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be dangerous for you to do that. But let them know that you're there, you know. And this is what this walk is about, letting them know we're there. We hear you because we're walking in what you're losing.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you lose? Your voice. And when you're dead, your voice is definitely gone,
Yeah.
as in the case of my daughter.
But what would you tell somebody who's dealing with domestic violence, whether it be man or woman?
Exactly, because the number one population right now is men, and the LBGT population. 53% of them are being affected, and most of them are people of color. I would suggest get the help that you need, and
I thought you were going to say get the hell out.
well, that too.
Yeah,
Of course.
but
But get the help that you need, because
Yeah.
sometimes it's a strategy.
You can't just, yeah, right.
You know, some people just can't walk out if you have children. If you're dependent on that person economically, sometimes it's difficult just to walk out.
Yes.
So you definitely get the help that you need, and then find someone you can talk to. You know, find somebody that is, you know, your community. You have your faith community. You have local organizations. Find someone. Just find them and
Yes.
talk to them.
And talk to them. I know it still hurts you. It
Yes,
bothers
it does.
you. Yes.
Mhm.
So you're on a mission.
I'm on a mission.
You're on a mission.
Oh, hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Pastor,
Pastor,
talk to her.
I got you.
Talk to her, Pastor. Where can we go for more information?
Okay, so more information, you can go to the website, WOCPSEN.com. You can go to our Facebook page. You can email us at WOCPSEN@gmail.com. And I'm going to give you my personal mobile number, 510-586-9955. Now, you can come to the walk. It's going to be at Prospect Park. There's going to be one at Marcus Garvey. But this walk, what I want you to do is create a walk in your community. Contact me. I'll explain to you how to do that.
What number?
510-586-9955.
Loretta Green Williams, give her a big round of applause, everybody. Founder,
Thank you.
WOCPSCN.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Now,
Bob.
we got to take a quick break right here, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Open next.
All right.
Hello, good people of the Bronx and beyond. Welcome to A Life in Art.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back, everybody. Myrnie Kuntz is here, and she's our next guest, the founder of Run Street. She joins us to share more about her art. She has these beautiful art runs, and it's a movement to promote healthy, active living. Myrnie, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, explain more.
So Run Street is, I actually started it as a blog. I'm a running coach and a writer, and I was running a lot and posting on social media a lot of street art, and I love street art, and people would ask me, where do you find this stuff? And I decided to do some organized runs where we go see street art in different neighborhoods, and it's kind of taken on a life of its own now, where we go to different neighborhoods. I map things out. The art is always changing, so I keep up with the different artists and stuff, and it's a very fun way to get out and get in a workout and also learn about the art in your neighborhood.
So you run to these different sites where these artists have put their art together.
Yeah,
So-
we go in neighborhoods that have a lot of art. Like we've been all over Brooklyn. I started in Brooklyn because that's where I was living.
Graffiti art and things of that nature also?
Yes. Yeah, like graffiti, murals. We've done like the Lower East Side, the East Village, all the way up to Harlem. And we've worked with some different nonprofits.
I like some of the stuff I see here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's in Harlem. We did a run to benefit Not a Crime. It's called Education is Not a Crime, and they do murals. It's an international mural project to promote education equality.
I like that, okay. Why do you do this? What made you get involved in this?
I just love it. I love the art, and I've learned so much about it, and I think it's inspiring, and it's also something different for your runs, because sometimes people tend to get in a routine where you go the same route every day, or like you don't even notice stuff sometimes.
It's almost like being on a treadmill, right?
Yeah.
But the way you do it, you
good
get a
way.
chance to see and experience a lot of different pieces of art from these artists.
Yeah, yeah, and you learn about
Great,
the
good
art
idea.
too. It's a good way to raise awareness about different artists.
So do you put a microphone on? You're in the front, and you're telling everybody about the art and everything.
I
Or
don't
just-
have a microphone, but we stop and take so many photos that I can talk when we stop
Yes,
because
yes.
people love all the photos, and it's great for social media sharing, and we tag the artists. A lot of them are on Instagram.
Oh, great, great. All right, so they get
fun.
some publicity out of it also.
Yeah.
Now, when is your next one?
We have one October 2nd in Brooklyn, and that's going to be a Brooklyn hip-hop themed run. So we'll have some really good Brooklyn hip-hop, and we'll also go by a lot of murals that commemorate different hip-hop artists.
Did you run by the one over there in Queens, right across from Brooklyn over the Pulaski Bridge? It was a building, it was a factory building, but they let all the artists come from around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what building
That was 5 Points.
5 Points,
Yeah.
yes, exactly, yes.
Yeah, unfortunately 5 Points is gone. They literally whitewashed it. But they have they have a new art park over there in that area. So we've run over there, and there's also a big community now in Astoria, Queens, where it's called Welling Court, and there's a ton of murals.
So you run straight up 21st Street or Vernon Boulevard?
Yeah.
You know I know the area, right?
Yeah, you do, yeah.
All right. So this is good because you get a chance to exercise. Now, explain the healthy eating and healthy living part of it.
The healthy eating and the living is, well, for me, I'm a running coach, and so I'm always helping people with their eating and just kind of educating people on training and how to stay fit. And I think with the art, it encourages people, especially beginners, to do something fun that's not intimidating. It's not like a competitive race or something.
Yeah. And you don't notice the distance because you're saying, oh, we're going to run up to the artwork that such and such put together, and you're not telling them how long.
Yeah,
how far
exactly.
you have to go to get there.
Yeah, it's almost like a scavenger hunt, like
Yeah.
see what you can find.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a good way to stay inspired.
What are some of the good ones that we should check out?
I would check out, there's a lot in the Lower East Side. We actually will be doing a Bronx run in November, so that's to be announced. We don't have the exact details yet, but
Maybe we get our executive director, Michael Maxnavi. He'll put a helmet cam on and just run through with you.
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very like camera, video friendly because you see so much cool art. So Williamsburg has a lot of great murals too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there was one message you would like to convey to the people watching or people who want to get involved in what you're doing, what would you tell them?
I would say if you want to participate, you can go to runstreet.com. I post all the events, so runstreet.com/events. Or you can also contact me on social media. I do a lot of Instagram. It's called Run Street on Instagram. And also, even just tagging me. I have people who tag me all over the world and when they find murals, and I would love to eventually bring this to other cities too.
That's wonderful, yeah. I would love that.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go run in Paris today, yeah.
Yeah, that
And
would
if they
be
want to
great.
reach you for coaching?
Yeah, the same. They can email me. My email is Marnie, MARNIE, @runstreet.com.
Thank you so much. Give her
You're
a big round of applause, everybody. Unfortunately, they're wrapping me, and that's all the time we have for today's show. When you're having fun, things just go whoop. All right, I'd like to thank all of our guests for joining us, you, our viewer, for tuning in. And if you missed any part of today's show, you can tune into the recablecast of Open at 5 and 10 p.m. or watch anytime on the web at BronxNet.org, or catch an all-new episode Wednesday at 10 a.m. with our host, Darren Jaime. For all of us here at BronxNet, have a great and enjoyable day, and always remember this. What you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. To choose your choice and let your choice control the chooser. From the Dr. Bob Lee, I'll catch you over 107.5 WBLS. Peace.